Moving on, car giants Hyundai and Kia are this morning in hot water over serious engine problems linked to several models.
So in some instances, cars have suddenly burst into flames or simply stopped without warning, leaving customers demanding answers. And to discuss, we're going to bring in James Ward from Car Advice in Melbourne and Joe Ucukalo from Handle My Complaints in Sydney. Nice to see you both this morning. James, I'm just going to go to you first. Can you explain to us which Hyundai and Kia models are affected?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Look, this is where it gets a little complicated. There's no specific broad recall or anything like that in market yet. The cars in the example, there was an i30, an i45, an iX35 and a Tucson. They're all mechanically slightly different. And while there is a current recall out on the previous generation Tucson, there's a few nuances here that we don't quite know yet. And it may get down to a specific model or specific range of models, or if there is shared componentry, you're talking a lot of potentially Kias and Hyundais.
Really popular cars. How many drivers could be impacted?
Well, this is the thing. Popular cars mean big numbers when you're talking about these recalls. So the recall that's out on Tucson at the moment, which is for an ABS wiring module, that was for 93,000 cars. And there was a further 2,500 Tucsons noted just this week for a heater element. So there are things that Hyundai is looking at the moment, but yeah, we don't quite know what the extent is or if, in fact, it is as broad as feared.
Yeah, I mean, there are some class actions in the US taking place over these very issues in regards to engines. I want to bring in now Joe Ucukalo, who is the CEO of Handle My Complaint. Joe, you've received numerous complaints from people. What are they telling you and how are you handling it?
So we've received over 30 complaints from concerned owners. These owners are really concerned about the safety of the vehicle, more so than the financial impact to themselves. They're saying that their engine seized without warning. They could be travelling 100 kilometres an hour on a busy freeway. The power steering goes stiff, the brakes go stiff. They're basically sitting ducks on the road. And we've also had reports on house fires as well. In the US, we've had 485,000 Kia and Hyundai owners warned not to park their cars in the garage for fear of fires. Yet, why isn't anything being done in Australia?
There have been recalls in the US. How are the companies handling it here in Australia?
Yeah, great question. So we were approached by the Facebook group Australian Hyundai Engine Failures because owners weren't getting any answers from Hyundai. Then we started contacting Hyundai, which is our standard practice across any company people complain with. We weren't getting any answers either. So I personally went to Hyundai head office and delivered 16 complaints. That was when we had 16 only. And we were fobbed off as well. In fact, we were told to leave the premises numerous times. But now we're starting to see, because we've got mounting pressures from owners, we're now starting to see Hyundai take action. But we are calling on the government to initiate an urgent recall on these vehicles.
Okay, and so you've got that going on. If someone's got issues, how can they get in contact with you?
So absolutely complain to us. We actually have a list of vehicles that we've had complaints about on our website, handlemycomplaint.com.au. What we do, we take the complaint, we will send it to Hyundai unless you tell us otherwise, but we are also compiling all these cases to go to the government for them to review and initiate action. Again, you can approach the Facebook page, look for other owners, and definitely sign up to the government website recalls.gov.au to stay across what's happening with your car, any car.
This all seems very serious. Is it safe for these cars to still be parked or on the road?
We need these cars investigated. We've got cars sitting at dealerships, cars sitting at people's houses. The government can take ownership of these cars and have them looked into.
All right, appreciate your time this morning, Joe. Thank you. And we did reach out to Kia and Hyundai for comment. Hyundai says the safety of its customers has always been their #1 priority. And to read their full statement, you can visit our website, todayshow.com.au.